Hi everyone. So this week I want to talk about kind of a tricky subject. It's a hard thing to describe, but I do definitely want to bring it up because I am asked this kind of often, and there are comments made about certain things sometimes that I think I just want to address all in one video. Nothing terrible by any means, but I want to talk about the feeling of knowing like you have to tick. And I want to be very broad, I guess, in a way when I talk about that or discuss that, because I want it to be very clear that we don't always know when we're about to tick. Our bodies just do things without our control, without warning. But every once in a while, at least for me personally, this could be completely different for somebody else out there living with Tourette syndrome. Sometimes I do feel that urge. I feel this almost pressure. So I tick with my shoulders a lot, and sometimes it almost feels like this pressure that I feel, and talking about it really makes me have to do it more because my body's thinking about it so much. I get that feeling of having to do it. My body feels like something's not right. It feels like something's going wrong internally, and I have to do this, otherwise that pressure is just going to build and build and build. It's going to turn into a tic attack. It can turn into an anxiety attack or a panic attack. So sometimes I do feel that. I feel it, and I feel like like I said, this is a hard one. Almost kind of like when you have to cough. You're trying to not to cough, especially right now. Okay, so you have a tickle in your throat. Now is a perfect example, I guess, for that. You have a tickle in your throat, you're out in public, and you're trying so hard not to cough, but that itch just keeps growing and growing, and you try to kind of like muffle it and do maybe like a little baby cough, like a type thing, but it only makes that itch go stronger and stronger. Or maybe similar with sneezing, especially right now. I guess like probably now is a bad time to have allergies, like myself included. Bad time to have Tourette syndrome with coughing or cleaning your throat tics, but it does happen. People are very judgmental about it, so sidebar, always keep that in mind that you never know what people are going through. People have issues that make them do that are not global pandemic related. So anyways, so those are kind of similar feelings that I can explain it to you, but I feel it throughout. It's like from my head to my shoulders, all the way down to my toes. I feel this feeling, and I can't really put words to it because it's just this almost like premonition. It's this urge, it's this urgency that my body's going to do it, or it's something's going to inside of me is going to explode. Something inside of my shoulder is going to like pop out of me, or when I'm taking my stomach, if I don't do it, something inside of my stomach is just going to explode out. And I don't know if that's really the best explanation for it, but it's how it feels for me. And I'm not sure if anybody out there with Tourette syndrome can relate to that, but it's definitely a funny feeling. And again, I want to be perfectly honest and clear that I don't always know when that's going to happen. I don't always get that urge every single time I'm taking. Sometimes it just happens. I'm taking so much with my body, and I've been taking for so many years that half the time I don't even realize I'm even doing it anymore. When it comes to like my little tics, like my tapping tic, I tap my finger over and over again on a bunch of things. I do it on my phone sometimes, and I won't even notice I'm doing it until somebody asks me what that noise is, if like I'm talking to them on the phone and they want to know what's happening. So there's so many things that I could not even realize my body is making me do because I've gotten so used to it, and they're small ticks with small body parts. Like obviously when I tick with my shoulders or when I'm kicking my feet on the ground, I know I'm doing that, and sometimes I get those urges. There's different things that trigger those things or make me feel those urges as opposed to not. And obviously I'm not a scientist, so I don't know all the ins and outs of that. And honestly, it doesn't seem like all the scientists know the ins and outs of Tourette syndrome in general. So it's very hard to explain, but I definitely wanted to bring up the topic because people do ask me if you know when you're about to tick. And the answer is sometimes yes. Sometimes I know I'm about to have one. And that's why some people can suppress tics for a very, very brief time. Absolutely disclaimer, that doesn't mean we have control over what our body's doing, because that urge that I explained, it gets worse and worse and worse. It's building and building and building every single time we do that until we let it all out, and it's going to get a million times worse. I did a video on suppressing tics not that long ago, so if you'd like to learn more about that and my opinions and outlook on that, you can take a look at that. The other thing is that a lot of people when it comes, I guess, like controlling or feeling the tics, I've had comments where people say, like, I've noticed if you do this, that's when the tic happens. So maybe try not to do this, and then maybe you won't tick. And while that could be coming from a very good place and coming from the heart and them just trying to help, for me personally, I don't want to put that much pressure into it because my body's going to have to tick one way or another. Maybe I won't tick in that moment, but it's going to happen eventually. I cannot stop my tics from happening. I've been living with this disorder for over 20 years. Believe me, if I found a way to stop, I would stop them. I've found things that have helped. I've found things that have helped calm me down when I get stressed and overworked and all that kind of stuff, and it does help. Truly, it helps. But trying to think about little things that my body's doing, or ways I'm moving my arms, or ways I'm moving my head or my eyes, to then also try not to tick on top of that, for me personally, is only going to cause more stress, which then, unfortunately, the domino effect of that is going to cause more tics. So those types of things, although they come from maybe a good place, and who knows, I guess, maybe they don't, whatever, giving the benefit of the doubt here, but they could come from a good place, but unfortunately, that's not something that, one, I always have time to think about. If my body wants to tick, it's going to tick. Like I said, I don't always know or always feel that premonition type urge before I tick. And therefore, I can't think about how my body's moving in certain ways. Like, I already have so many things to worry about with my body having tics and it moving in different ways. I can't also add on to it, well, don't look like this way, don't look back and forth, don't move your hands this way. Throughout the day, those little movements, they're my natural movements, just like my tics are for me. Tics for me are natural movements. I say natural lightly because I know we all know we tick in very weird ways. So, but yeah, I just wanted to kind of cover that topic because I thought it's an interesting one. It's questions I get a lot, and I'm sure other people out there can definitely relate to having trouble describing that, because it's truly an indescribable feeling. The feeling of a tic is indescribable. I don't think I could ever really explain that. I could try, but it's going to be kind of like this video back and forth, trying my best to do it. So hope you enjoyed that one. I will be back soon with some Tourette Talk videos. I have some really exciting interviews lined up. I can't wait to talk to some of the people that I have lined up. So those will be coming out within the next probably couple months, I would say. Weeks to months, depending on when we can get these interviews in. If you would like to be in one of those, please reach out to me. You can reach out to me through here, or you can reach out to me through my Facebook page, which is One Tick at a Time, facebook.com/One Tick at a Time. You can message me on there and we can get something set up. I'll send you my calendar, and I would love to talk to you and hear your story, as well as share your story with all my viewers. As always, I hope you guys love the video. Please subscribe and comment with any questions or topics you'd like to see me cover in the future. See you guys later.